The Canon M50 is a remarkable camera with many features, and one of them is the digital level, and people can't get it to work. I'm going to show you how. Greetings all. Today we're going to be going on about the M50, this small remarkable camera, and yeah, it's got a few flaws which we'll go over into a review, so subscribe for that one if you want to see it. But we're going to be talking about the digital level that's in this camera because people can't seem to get it to work. So I'm going to show you how. It's very simple, very easy, and it's just one setting that you need to change. First I need to apologise because the idea that I was actually going to hook this up so I could actually screen grab the display, but the only problem is that when I actually turn the digital level on, it doesn't show on the display even though it's on the back of the camera. So yeah, this is going to be a bit tricky to show you this, so hopefully you can see what it is that I'm doing and it's going to be pretty clear. So first off, you're going to need to go into your menu, and there we go, we are in the menu. We are actually going to need to go into your spanner, which is your settings. You need to click on option 4, and then in option 4 you need to go into shooting display info. You then come up with another menu which is pretty straightforward. It's the very top one, which is screen info settings. Now just basically going on what the screen info settings does. Now when you're actually using your camera, you can set, there are 5 different presets so that you can set to display certain information on the back of the display. So the very last one, which is option 5, is basically just a load of numbers and stuff. There's no graphical display like showing you what you're actually shooting. So it will be a bit like, here we go, a bit like that, okay. But the others are all changeable, so that you can add or remove certain features from what it is that you want to view. So if you go into the very first option, 1, 2 and 3, you can change these to be exactly the same. So I'd probably recommend for this is doing all of these the same, but we're just going to go to option 1. Make sure that that is ticked, because that means that if it's ticked, it means it's selected, so that when you press your info button on the back of the camera, it will cycle through each of these menus on the display. Option 1, you go into that one, you'll just then press your info edit screen. Now on your info edit screen, you've got some more settings that you can either add or remove from the display. I hope you're keeping up with this because this may sound complex, but honestly it's not. Make sure you tick every single box. Okay, the one that's really important is the very bottom one, which is the digital level. Okay, so once you've pressed that, job done, hit OK, that is now saved. If you now then go out of your camera back to your display as what you're looking at when you're actually viewing, which might look a bit like this. If you press your menu button, you'll then see your digital display. On that digital display there is your level. Now some of you are going to be saying, yeah, but my level doesn't display even though I've ticked your box. Well, you see, that is all because of one feature that this camera has that you need to actually disable. I know, sounds crap, doesn't it? But bear with. What we need to do is we need to go into it. Let's just find it where it's got the Q at the top. On the top corner, you've got a little Q button on the top, and along the bottom, it's got autofocus method. Now, if you set this onto face recognition and tracking, which is the very first option, your digital level will not display. Why? No idea, it just doesn't. You need to select either zone autofocus or 1-point autofocus. If either of those two are selected, your digital level will display. If you put it on the face recognition and tracking, it gets disabled. Okay, so conclusion. If your digital level does not show, it's because you have got the autofocus system selected onto digital face tracking and stuff. So it needs to be on the other two autofocus settings. Until the next time, thanks for joining me. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you soon.